should honestly probably film this in the shade, because this is going to completely mess with the lighting when we're talking about Dinobot, but whatever. It's too noisy on the other side of the table for this video, because my AC unit is right there. So yeah, hey, I'm filming it outside, because I can. Deal with it. Also, I feel like I sound really congested. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but whatever. Anyway, so the video that nobody really wanted to do, but I kind of just wanted to do anyway, or nobody wanted to see from me, even though nobody watches my stuff. This is mainly just me doing it, just so there's, I don't know, just because I want to, which is all my stuff. Anyway, let's get some thoughts on video about the robot mode and the transformation for Masterpiece Dinobot. I've had him for a while now, since pretty much a few weeks now, I forgot, because I think I had him for like a day or two when I did my last video on him, and I really freaking like this guy. I already knew I was going to, because it's Masterpiece Dinobot, and it's Beast Wars, and Dinobot was one of my favorite characters in Beast Wars, and he's one of my all-time favorite characters, but I don't know, like, this is multiple fiddlings with him in both modes, even though the Dino mode is a bit wonky in terms of balance. I have just, yeah, no, they've just led me to just be like, hey, I really like this figure a lot. But, yeah, obviously, you guys know what accessories he comes with in this mode, because everybody's done stuff on him already. But yeah, the spinning tail shield of murder, which honestly, I feel well, yeah, I feel like they tried a little too hard with this, put it that way. I think the spring on mine is just super weak, because when I hold it like this, like, it barely goes around once with one press. And you really have to press fairly hard to get it going. And I feel like there's just too much tension in the spring. And personally, I was never really a fan of the spinning shield thing. It looked cool in the show, but the execution in all previous versions of Dinobot as a toy were not good. And I've just never really displayed any iteration of Dinobot that I've had with this. So, yeah. I don't know. When I've had it in his hand, it looks really cool. It's just, I don't know. I generally just keep the tail off to the side all folded up in this mode when he's a robot. Let's actually move him into frame so you guys don't have to look at my mug. And then obviously the sword, which he does hold really, really well. It's as he loses balance. We'll talk about that here in a second. Oh, come on. Do. Stay. Good Dinobot. It's a little bit weird to me that's like a pink chrome. I get that they were going for like the whole like sun glinting onto the sword aesthetic, but can we get just a regular silver chrome sword, please? I like this a lot. It looks really cool. And I'm just happy that we have his sword. It would have been crazy if they didn't include it, honestly. But at the same time, like, the coloration is just weird, and I don't know why they went with the pink chrome other than, like, for that sun hitting it aesthetic, which is just a weird choice. But hopefully a third party or somebody gives us a silver chrome sword. Anyway, now I have to keep it short, because I'm really feeling the humidity again today. I would have thought the other day's rain would have knocked out most of the humidity, but I guess not. But yeah, so honestly, my only real issue with the robot mode here is that at times the balance can be a little bit wonky for him. Words, phrasing, whatever, deal with it. The joint choices are a little bit weird, and I'll put it that way. There's a little bit too much play in the hips right here. Basically, like the soft detenting ratchet joints. I'm pretty sure the leg joints right in there, are the same as right there. It's the same system that they used on Ironhide and Ratchet. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's a little too much play and wiggle here. That does lead him to wobble a little bit on my desk, which is fine. It's just a little bit weird. And I would have preferred that instead of these ankle joints being hinge joints, pin hinge joints, that they be ratchets, because for me it's been kind of the same issue as my lighting gets completely messed up again. There we go. It's been the same issue at times, very, like, seldom, though, with the robot mode as it is in Dino mode, where he will kind of lean forward or will kind of just, like, flop backwards, and lose his balance, just because there is some heft to this figure, and the pin hinge joints don't really hold up that heft all that well, at least not 100% of the time. So I feel like had those been ratchets, this figure would have been able to stand better over time. And that's honestly only my main big concern with him, is if he'll end up being unable to stand floppy mess at the ankles in Robot and Dino mode many years down the road from now, but who knows, we'll see. But, like, that's not a major issue for me at the end of the day. Like, he excels at doing what I wanted him to do, which is be, like, a comfortable middle ground and an excellent figure between the home run that was Primal and the solid attempt that was Cheetor. I liked Cheetor. Cheetor was just highly flawed. And I feel like a lot of what they learned from Cheetor they put into Dinobot here, and that made Dinobot really great. The transformation, I have to go with a comment that Jobby the Hong made in his video about the transformation. Is fiddly, there is some fiddle factor to it, but legitimately, after doing it like the first time, or the first couple times, honestly it was the first time for me, because I actually went step by step looking at Jobby's video for the transformation. It's just easier to go off of that visual for me than it is with the instructions, especially for masterpieces, and the instructions look kind of crap. But it's just that one time doing the transformation to robot mode off of Jobby's step-by-step thing, or his little transformation montage, that gave me a sense of the transformation, and it's been very intuitive since. It is a little bit fiddly getting certain things to line up and to stay in place, or just like to be where they need to be for either mode, but that's honestly fine. So I guess if we want to do a final thoughts type thing, a ranking, even though I'm not talking about the Dino mode in this video, the Dino mode, even with the obvious issues that it has and the obvious aesthetic flaws that it has, because it needs to have those, because of the whole Beast Wars Masterpiece aesthetic, and such, and translating 90s CGI to 2018, 2017 in the case of Primal, I think, or no, 2016 for Primal, plastic. I can't justify anything other than an 8 out of 10 for the Dino mode. Transformation, I gotta go the same, 8 out of 10. Just because, again, after that first time doing it, you really do get used to it, and it is very intuitive. There is some fiddliness to it, but it makes sense. It's not, like, absurdly fiddleable like anything by Fans Toys. It's not like Fans Toys level of just god-awful. I swear to God, I have not touched Fans Toys Cup or Fans Toys RC since transforming them back to robot mode the first time and putting them on my shelf. And even still, like, now I'm having issues with Fans Toys RC and her staying together in robot mode. That's besides the point. That's a whole separate video that I probably will never do. But yeah, so 8 out of 10 for the transformation. And the robot mode, it's fucking beautiful. It looks like it stepped out right of the animation. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I just really freaking like it. It's great. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the robot mode, honestly. So add those up, do whatever you guys want to do. I really like the Masterpiece Dinobot here. The price is very prohibitive though, and I'm kind of bummed out by the price, I will say. It's a kind of a closing thought thing. Because for me, it's hard to justify the $250-ish that I paid to get Dinobot here. I was willing to pay it because Grail type figure, definitive version of one of my favorite characters in Transformers, yada yada yada. But at the same time, that price tag is really hard to stomach, and the rumors that the upcoming Masterpiece Beast Wars Megatron is going to be even more, it's going to be like 300 plus, that's even more absurd to me, and is even more painful to my stomach, to be completely honest. or into just like my brain, like, oh god, my wallet, what, but yeah, it's just, I feel like a lot of that price point and a lot of that cost went into the plastic cost, and cost of production and all that, but went into accessories that most of us probably won't even display him with. Like, who's going to display him with, like, consistently in that pose where he's using the effects part to destroy the golden disc? Who's going to display him on that hefty display stand, which did not need to be that hefty and that big and clunky? Who's going to display him? Oh, that's the other thing, like, the plastic pieces that they needed to include to integrate the display stand into him are just ridiculous. Like, one looks like a glorified diaper. I mean, come on. You can do better than that, Takara, and I think they tried to do too much with the accessories, and I feel like with the third-party market being where it is, I would have been more than happy, and frankly would have been ecstatic, to have a lower price point for Dinobot, hopefully still getting what we got, but with less accessories count, because the majority of that accessories I'm not going to use. Speaking of which, I need to find if mine even came with the adapter for the golden disc for him to plug it into his hand, because I don't think it did, or if it did, it just fell out and it's lost to my rug or to time and whatever now. But it could be argued that we wouldn't have gotten a figure like this for less than $250, but I think we could have. And I think a good chunk, like a good 100-ish of that $250 price point did go into the production cost for the accessories. But that's just me. That was a pointless rant. If you can afford Master Base Dinobot here and you like how he looks, definitely get him. Totally recommend him.